Let's roll those shoulders up, back and down a couple times. Good. Nice and easy step touch. Arms are going to go stick straight out to the side, so don't let those elbows bend. Straighten them. You're going to make little teeny circles. Index fingers are pointing so that you know you're making quarter-sized circles. Your shoulders might already feel this, and reverse your circle. Reverse the circles again. And reverse them one more time. And drop them down. Roll those shoulders. That should feel good. Mine were aching already. All right. Palms face forward. We're still step touching. Arms away from your body, right? So they're way away. And we're going to straighten, 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 straighten. Little bicep warm up. And as always, it's not about the bend, right? I don't want them coming in. I want them going away. Straight, straight. And relax them down again. Whew. Move those arms a bit. We're going to go into a hamstring curl now. We're going to turn the palms to face the back of the room. We're going to bend our elbows a little bit, and we're going to press straight, straight. So tricep extension. I'll go sideways for a moment. So you just want to get those arms straight at some point, small bend, and it's not just a lift, it's an actual bend and straighten. Keep those triceps going, step touch. Triceps still. Good. And now you're going to turn your palms to face each other, so thumbs are up. We're making a circle here. And now we're going to keep step touching and reverse the circle. So again, shoulder work, but you should get a little bit of bicep and tricep in there too. And we'll relax. Beautiful. We're going to stay here, hands down for a moment. Go knees up. Point those toes. Arms are going to go up. And pull down. Small range of motion if need be. Good. Relax those arms. Keep those knees going. Arms up here facing each other. Squeeze back. Posture muscles. Thank you for joining us. Good. So still squeezing back. We're going to make it slightly up and down, over and around. A little cheerleader move. Good. Hands on your hips. Cross those knees over. And then hands together. Keep this cross lateral movement, right? And then elbows up and over together. You may feel this a little in your chest, a little in your biceps. And take this slow enough that you're not hurting yourselves, please. 4, 3, 2, listen up. Right leg stays up. We're going to twist, come down. Twist, come down. So not the usual double time since we have these weights in our hands. 2 more. Woo, hopefully you felt those. All right, back to that knee lift. And we twist opposite way. 4, 3, 2, left leg, here we go. Twist and down. Twist and down. So hands are together, elbows are lifted. Again, fronts of the shoulders, a little bit of bicep. Last 2, last 1. Woo, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. You can lose those weights. Let's bring our palms open, out to the side, squeeze back, feel a stretch through your chest, and then flex your hands backwards so it comes into your biceps also. Shake that out. We're gonna go to that wide stance. We're gonna cat-cow through our spine a couple times, really getting mobility through your spine, loosening everything up. And then lean slightly over to one side and continue your cat-cow. So cat-cow on an angle here. Good. Opposite direction, same thing, cat-cow. Beautiful. Back through center, shoulders out of your ears. Big deep breath in and exhale to relax. All right, we're gonna grab both. We're gonna grab the ball. Sorry, I need to. All right. Never mind. Okay. Chair handy. Ball with you. Weights in the chair. Let's put that ball above your ankles, in between your calves, and one weight in your left hand. And we're just starting with that weight. Just let it rest on that shoulder for now. As you come up and down, little heel raise. Now, a couple options here. You can leave that as is. You can take the second weight and put it on your shoulder. So as long as you promise they stay there, right? They came tumbling off, that would be not a happy thing. You should feel that a little more in your calves. And finally, if you want to add a little bit of shoulder work to it, you can put both weights or a single weight in that hand and just press straight up. So I'm doing this with my elbow in front of my shoulder and my pinky facing you, my thumb facing me. That's one option here. Hopefully you're feeling this in your calves by now. Last 2. Last 1, bring that down. If you needed your chair for balance, shift it around. 1 weight or 2 weights on your right shoulder, and we are still doing calf work. Oh, they should be toasty by the end of this. And then option to bring that elbow in front of your shoulder and lift up. I hope you guys are feeling these in your calves by now. Mine are getting rather tired. Almost there. And last 1, bring that down. Again, that was some lovely calf work. We will worry about stretching those out in a little bit. But for now, we're going to bring that ball in front of our right thigh and behind the left one. So my left foot is off the ground, and we'll start with just the leg work. So I'm going to bend my right knee so my left toe stretch forward and then drag back. So I should feel this in my right quad and glute. Good. All right. We're going to do some more triceps while we do this one. So my elbow is going to be at my side. I'm going to press back. When my toes go forward, I'm pressing back. arm to the back, toe to the front. So it's a little backwards. In other words, it's as if you're trying to get your finger and your pinky toe as far away from each other as possible. Last few and last one. Now legs are side by side, and this is going to be the action with our arm. We're going to be turning that thumb down as you sit into that right leg, reach with those left toes. Try to keep your hip driving straight backwards rather than to the side. Two more here. Good. All right. And now our right leg goes in front. The left leg is slightly behind. It's going to want to bend. So I want you to reach a couple times and keep that leg straight and then give it a squeeze at the top. And then remember that little bicep move we did earlier as a warm up? Here it is again. So you're reaching your fingers to me. You barely bend that leg or arm. You don't bend the leg at all. And now that right glute should really feel these. And relax. Whee. All right, switch your chair over if you were using that for a little bit of balance. Only one weight is needed. Ball goes in front of the left leg, behind the right. And we start with just that bend and lift. So we feel that quad and that glute. And then you're going to extend that tricep to the back, tricep extension. So as your toe goes forward, your pinky goes back. I have my pinky pointed to the sky. You have three heads of the tricep, so different directions work them differently, of course. Jan, are you wearing a mask because you're afraid we're going to get you sick? I assume you had to open the door. All right, back through center. I'll try not to cough on y'all. All right, step out and come back. Step out and come back. And then this is where we pour out that dumbbell. Thumb goes down, pinky up. Two more. Beautiful. All right, we're swinging it around. Left leg is in front. We really want to think about pressing that right leg straight. You should already feel that in that hip, and that arm extends. Press, reach to me, fingers long, elbows straight, reach and reach. When the leg goes back, the arm goes forward, opposites. Leg back, arm forward, leg back, arm forward. No big bend in your elbow. It's just about straightening and straightening. This is almost like that ducking bird. Two more. No, four more. I don't know. I was talking so much, I lost count. That feels like it's even. All right. Let's go back. Ball right between your thighs again, and feet very close together. We're going to roll up on those toes. We're going to bend our knees, and we're going to let those knees come forward. And then I want you to squeeze that ball as hard as you can so you really feel those inner thighs, and then straighten up. And I'm up on my tippy toes to create more work in the quads here. Good. Now I have both weights in my left hand. I'm going to do a half a bicep curl, arms straight. I'm going to extend into my tricep, right? So you do this with your rhythm, whatever makes sense to you. I'm doing a bicep, straight, tricep, right? And I messed up. Yeah. Keep it going. Pay no attention to the man behind the screen or the woman on the screen. So, but I hope you're feeling your quads and your tricep and your bicep a little bit. And still those calves, because we're up on those tippy toes the whole time. Last two. Last one. Let's just swing it around, do the other side. So the ball's going to stay there. You're just going to shift the weights into your right hand. Up on those tippy toes, knees bend forward and straighten up. Right? Forward and up. And then when you're ready, you add the bicep and the tricep. And the bicep. I notice when I do the tricep, I have a tendency to want to stick my booty back behind me. But remember, this is about that knee bending forward, booty not going backwards. It's about sliding down that imaginary wall. Almost there. All right, bring that up. We're going to shift that chair around again. Weights and ball with you. Sorry, costume change. All right, so now we're going to bring that ball behind your right leg. All right. And we're going to bend that left knee enough that our right leg can come behind us, not in front, right? So I should be able to see a little bit of your left leg. And then you're just going to hamstring curl right here for me with that tailbone long, not sticking out, right? Booty tucked under. Good. Now squeeze that hamstring and press the heel back. Squeeze and press back. So it's slow. We squeeze, we press back. Press back and squeeze. Press back and squeeze. When you have that press back, your tailbone is going to kind of want to stick out. Try not to let it. Last two here. Beautiful. Straighten that left leg for just a second. Check on your grip. And then go right back into that bend. But now we're going to tip over. And we're going to bring that right knee up and over. And as you do that, have your balance even on the chair so you're not tipping into your left hip. You're lifting that right leg high. Leave it up there this time and quick little hamstring curls. So pulse it in on this angle, try and get that knee, not down here, up even with your hip and your heel. And now, yes, you can tip into that left side or I think you'd fall over. Good. Stand it up. Woo, we're still here. All right. We're going to do our little figure eight. So that knee is going to come down and in together, up and out, down, around, together. So that right knee dives down towards the left and then opens up and out. Little figure eight action here. That left knee is bending and not completely straightening, but deeper bend and then less deep. Two more. And then leave it, knee in, heel out. So you should look like this, knock knee, hamstring curl. Woo, and you should feel that. And then flip it where you were a minute ago in that figure eight. Bring your right ankle to your left calf and lift out and back in this angle. Last little weirdo angle here. Abs in, tailbone long. 5 more. Last 2, last 1, leave it up there. Slow squeeze, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze again, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hamstring squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just one more squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Hey, let's give that right leg some love. Cross that ankle over the left. Tailbone tips up. Spine is long, not rounded, so make sure your shoulders are squeezed together. Can you get your tailbone almost as high as your shoulders? What? And then round it under. And then stick that out again. As you stand up, keep the right ankle crossed in front of the left. And you're gonna bring your right arm up and over and lunge your hip to the right. Okay. Yep. Someone keep me straight here. I don't know if you can remember all that, but we're gonna do our best together in 2022. So we're gonna grab that ball behind the left knee, we're gonna bend the right knee. We're gonna come down in that imaginary wall behind us, and then we're gonna start with just that nice hamstring curl. This isn't fast, this is deliberate. So flex that heel towards your booty, keep the booty under, not sticking out. You can see yourself on your screen, so you know. Good, 2 more like that. And now we push back and squeeze it. So we push back and squeeze. We're not coming whoops way forward. We're going from middle to back and squeeze. Middle, back, squeeze, middle, back, squeeze. It's a new player on the football team, the middle back squeeze. I'm laughing. Nutmeg's laughing. Last 2, last 1. Now we bend deeper. Whoops. Yep, this is it. And we're going to flare to the side. You're trying to get the heel and the knee to come up to hip height as a unit. Back as flat as you can get it. Try to balance evenly so that you're not tipped into that right hip too much. Almost there. Now we hold at the top, and this is where we do those fast hamstrings. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And bring it up. All right, now we have that figure 8. So knee dives in, rotates open, down, and around. So there's a little movement in your hips, a little movement in your right knee, but you're keeping that ball tucked in, getting that big rotation. You can be really dramatic about it and feel it even more in your hips, because I'm sure you want to do that. Couple more. Good. Now knee in, heel out. Awkward, right? And we hamstring curl. Beautiful. And then we reverse it, right? And this is that lift where my left ankle is coming to tap my right shin, tall through your spine. Try not to lean over, stand tall. You probably don't even really need your chair, right? Can you do this? I think you can. Good. You can have your fingers there, but just, be cautious. Last 2. Then we leave that up there and we squeeze and we tighten. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, and again, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release one more time, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. I'm going to cheated you 1 on that. All right, left ankle crosses the right thigh, tailbone long. Try to get that tailbone almost as high up as your shoulder. And then round it under so that becomes a low back stretch. And then tip that tailbone up again. That's your outer hip. Left ankle crosses over the right. And left arm up and over, hip to the left. Beautiful. All right, come on back through center. And we're going to do one of my kind of funky ones. Sure, you guys love these. So as you sit down, bring that chair, excuse me, the ball behind you in the chair. That's just going to help remind you to sit tall, right? So I kind of have it at my sacrum. You may end up moving it to your low back. Okay, we're going to put the weight in front of the right shin. Then we're going to extend that right leg, and then we're going to lift it off the ground. And I'm not holding my weight. I need to put the weight on the shin to really feel this. Flex your toes back and lift an inch. Now, notice if you're here, right? Have you rounded into the spine, sit tall against that ball, and press up, and press up. Couple options with that opposite arm. If you want to get that medial deltoid, that's the kind of pretty one. It goes here. Or we haven't really gotten much anterior, so that would be thumb up and right to the front. You want to work posterior, you're going to have to go back behind you a little bit. It'll be a little awkward. So you decide, or you could do all three. And we're going to relax. Hopefully this quadricep felt that. So let's give it a moment of love. Shift your weight over so that your right leg kind of drops off the chair and you can get that hip stretch. Arm could come up, you can lift behind you, you can rotate to the opposite side, and then finally you could bring the rib and the hip closer to deepen the stretch. And then come back to center. You might have to move your ball again. Mine shifted around. And then we're going to put that weight on the front of the left leg. We're going to extend that leg. And again, I'm just holding the weight there. And I'm just going to lift that leg. So my quad is tight the whole time. And then again, side angle lift, lateral raise or anterior raise. You can go to the back with your palm facing down if you choose to do that. And I have a tendency to squish into my torso. So think beautiful posture, even if that means the leg might be a little lower. So we're going to kind of compromise here. And relax. You can actually probably go ahead and set the weights down, shift over. So now your left hip is hanging off that chair. Drop into it, feel that beautiful stretch. Arm up and over, go behind if you want, opposite side, and then come around and crunch the rib and the hip together. And then we'll come on up. And we will not need the chair anymore, but you will need your weights and your ball as we head down to the ground. Where are you going? Excuse me, we have a visitor. Oh, I don't know who that was. It was another cat. Goodness, okay. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, sorry guys. Okay, we're gonna lie down and we're gonna bring that ball between our thighs. We're going to put one weight on each hip flexor, and then I'm just gonna hold them in place with 2 fingers. Shoulders back and down. Walk your big toes to touch so you're squeezing on that ball as you lift your hips in a bridge, and then go up an extra inch. Come down, go up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. Two more. All right, so now straighten out your right leg. So all your weight's on your left foot. Same thing, we lift up, hold for a moment before you come down and lift up again. Sorry, that little reaction a minute ago was squirrel, but it was cat. And relax, bend that right knee, straighten that left leg, and here we go again, other side, and lift. Almost there. And relax. Whew. Hopefully you guys felt those. Stretch it out for a moment, point your toes, let your arms lift up over your head. And then as you exhale, you're going to put that ball, hopefully in a valley that you create by rounding your abs, scooping them out. Other option would be to put the ball on your ribs. And if none of those work for you, you could put a weight in between your hips or on your ribs, or any combination of those things. And then as you're ready, you're going to bend your knees and lift them into tabletop, keeping the ball away from the thighs and keeping that valley as we go into toe touch. Knees move away and come up. Keeping that control so that ball doesn't move. Whoops. So she says. Option to take a weight and put it below your knees and add that into the stability that's going on at your waist and extra resistance in your lower body. What's going on? Who was that? Who was that? And relax. Keep that weight below your shins or below your knees. If you didn't have it there, go ahead and put it there. And then ball can be off to the side for a moment. Legs in tabletop, and you are going side to side. Try and create this movement from the obliques pulling everything back up, not just your tricep pushing you back into place. So knees stay in tabletop, which means that your shins stay parallel with the ground, toes stay lifted. And back through center. That one should have been a bit challenging. Take a single weight, put it between your hands, feet will stay on the ground, and let's go ahead and bring that ball back between our thighs. Deep breath in. On the exhale, squeeze the ball tightly and float your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. On the inhale, you can bring your arms up by your ears, still squeezing the ball, and then on the exhale, your hands come down, your torso comes down, and you release the squeeze. And then we inhale to prepare. We exhale, we're going to squeeze the ball. We're going to lift the torso. We're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, everything down, release. And we exhale to lift. And we inhale to reach. And we exhale down. Again, we exhale to lift. We inhale to reach. And we exhale down. Keep that going. Last two. Last one, lift, reach, bring that weight behind your head as you come down. Just give it a rest here for your neck. And then we're going to lift those legs tabletop. You might move that ball a little lower. And then we lift up with that weight behind us. And then we extend arms and legs. And then we tap that weight behind us if you want just to give yourself a moment of support for the neck. Don't, you know, hit it up against your skull. Or you could instead tap and then overhead, and tap and overhead. Totally up to you what you want to do. And then we're going to relax, and we're going to bring everything down. We're going to take that ball behind the left leg in tabletop. Right leg is going to stretch out and up. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift yourself up, pull yourself as high as you can, but at the same time, I want you to push your left leg away and pull the ball so that neither one actually moves, right? So you're pushing and pressing and lifting. Inhale, come back down. Switch that ball behind the right leg. Exhale, stretch, pull the right hamstring. Lift yourself nice and high. Inhale back to center. This time we won't roll down. We'll just switch. So leg pull is what we call this. It's kind of like a single leg stretch, but we're pulling rather than, you are still stretching, but you know, you feel the difference. Almost there. And release. All right, so let's put that ball on the shins, take a little rock side to side, and then roll that down to your ankles. Elbows go wide, forehead towards your knees, roll like a ball. And eventually sit up, and sit up on your ball, please. All right, so up on this ball, legs are going to extend. You might keep them bent a little bit depending on the tightness of your hamstrings. Grow tall through your spine. Make sure you're not rounded back on the ball where you can't, you know, sit tall. And then hinge yourself forward. The ball should actually help you get a deeper stretch. If you want to, you can straighten your legs out so long as you don't dump and round into your spine. And you could even slide forward enough that the ball becomes a wedge, not a wedgie. Good. And then we're going to sit up and we're going to come off the ball enough that it just gives us a wee bit of support right behind our sacrum. And then have your weights handy, one weight in each hand, shoulders up, back, and down. Give yourself a hinge back just enough that you're supported by that ball, right? Not much more than that. And then arms out in front of you. Exhale, give me 1 inch back and then rotate towards me and lift your back arm up, but don't put the weights on the ground. Come back through center. Exhale, other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, front. And again. And inhale. And twist. Notice what your knees are doing. If they have a tendency to zigzag away from each other, try to keep a little more control in your hips. Rotate at the waistline more than the hips. And relax. Woo, hopefully you were loving those. All right, we're going to roll over. You're going to face me. I'm going to take both weights. We're going to stack up our hips and our knees and our ankles. And you don't need the ball. You could rest your head on it if you wanted to, or none of the above. You can just have it wherever. Oh, you could put it under your arm for a little extra challenge. Waistline lifted, weights on top of that top leg. And again, you're not holding the weights, you're pushing them into the leg. Waistline lifted. Let's lift that leg as a unit. So foot and foot and knee come up at the same time. Good. Now heels together and we pivot open. Still using that weight for extra resistance. Good. And now knees stay together, heels lift, and we pivot open from that higher position. Good. And relax. We're not going to do the straight legs with that today. I think it was probably enough. We're going to switch over. So again, you do what you want with the ball, having it under your arm. Adds just a little element. We stack the knees, we stack the hips, we stack the ankles, we stack the weights on that top leg, and then we lift up as a unit. Waistline lifted. Then heels are together and we pivot open. And then knees down, heels up, and we pivot open here. And we relax. Ooh, all right. As we flip over onto our abs, have your ball with you, out in front of you. Bend your right knee for a second at a right angle. So heel is underneath your knee, and then right arm off to the side. Just take a moment here, little baby half frog stretch. And then you'll straighten the right leg, and you'll bend the left knee and the left arm. You can look the other way. And then feet together, ball underneath your hands. Toes as always pointed, kneecaps lifted. I want you to press down onto the ball and then squeeze your shoulder blades back to lift up a wee bit. Deep breath in, hold at the top, exhale down. Deep breath in, exhale to press down, inhale to squeeze back, and exhale down. Two more like that. We exhale to press down, we inhale to squeeze, we exhale down. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, squeeze, exhale down. And this time, just press up, shoulders back and down, lift your legs, and give me flutter kicks as your upper torso is just holding, balancing on the ball here. And relax, and we're gonna rest back. So hips sit back on your heels. If you have that ball with you, you can create a little extra space for your knees by bringing that ball behind them. And then as you come forward, just round through a couple cat-cows. And then over onto your spine. And let's use the ball for stretching. So we're gonna lie down. We'll bring that ball. I never did stretch your calves. We're gonna bring that ball behind the right knee. We're gonna bring it in and we're gonna open it over to the right. And just let that leg keep dropping and the left leg dropping open. And then move that ball so it's right behind the knee so it can push the heel to the sky, but keep it close enough that you can pull your right toes back. So that should help give us that calf stretch that we missed earlier. And then bring everything back to the center. So holding on to those toes, pull them back. Maybe manipulate those feet a little bit, move through those toes, pull them, extend them, rotate them. And then we'll go ahead and roll that ball up the leg, point the toes, press yourself up a little higher, flex through the heel, and come down. And then again, we'll roll that ball down. We're going to bring it on the inside of the right knee. Let that right leg go slightly across your body, hug it up. See if you can get it so that your ball is between your left shoulder and your right knee. So you got a really tight little ball here, but hopefully a deeper stretch on that right outside leg. And then ball goes over to the left and knee drops to the left. And as you come back through center, we're going to crisscross right ankle over left thigh. Let it drop open. And then you're going to bend. You're going to reach behind that hamstring, extend that leg up, flex it, point. Maybe a couple rotations through that left leg. Bend that left knee, hug it in even closer. And then we'll crisscross the right over the left completely. Arms into that T and knees drop left. And then as you come back through center, that ball is behind the left knee, and we'll pull that in and over to the left. Nice big stretch. Tighten it up, reach down, grab those left toes, pull back, get that nice stretch. Feel that through your Achilles. Come back through center. And again, maybe manipulate those toes a little bit, push them in both directions, pull them and push them. And then straighten out that right leg, flex through the heel. Press that leg to the sky. And then we extend. We're going to point the toes. We're going to roll up, lift up. We're going to flex to come back. And then we're going to bring that ball on the inside of the right leg. And we're going to try to get to a place where the ball will be touching our right shoulder and our left knee. So we're really cradled that leg close to you. You might feel how different that stretch is. And then bring it over to the right so that your knee could rest on it as you drop left. If you don't need it, you can move it. And then as you come back through center, crisscross left ankle over right thigh. Drag it on back, ball behind the right knee. We're going to give it a big hug in, extend it up, we'll flex and point and rotate. And then bring that knee really close for a deeper stretch. And then you can move the left leg all the way over and drop to the right, please. And then come on back through center. You can discard the ball. You know, you're going to meet on hands and knees for cat-cow. So however you want to get there. And let's undulate. So hands way out in front, cow forward and cat back. Nice. And then we'll stack up, high plank. Press back down dog. Feel free to pedal out your heels a little bit if that would feel good. And then we'll bend the knees. We'll roll through one more cat and one more cow. Thank you. Happy 2022. And now let's talk fashion.